Coming at you from Scratcher Wolf Studio. It's that time again to rage across the internet. It's your very favorite Werewolf the Apocalypse podcast. I'm your host, Porter. Sitting to my left, follow your nose. It's the Invincible M.
Hello, hello.
Across from me, A is for Apple, C is for CJ McCall.
Howdy, y'all.
And he's great. It's Daniel Tyson.
Hey, everybody.
And welcome everyone to Rage Across the Internet. If this is your first show, this is where we discuss all aspects of Werewolf the Apocalypse, from the Goliath to the Elder, player to storyteller. If it's not your first show, welcome back.
What was CJ's cereal?
Apple Jacks.
Oh, I get it. Okay. I couldn't piece that one together. I was like,
I probably could have went A is for Apple, J is for CJ McCall.
Yeah. A little slow.
It's all right. I don't think they've run that commercial in 20 years. So.
For at least at this point.
I was going to do candy bars.
Oh.
I was going to, break me off a piece of that Daniel Tyson. Yikes.
Yikes.
But I couldn't think of 3 candy bar slogans. So.
Yep.
I also haven't eaten cereal in several years, so.
Yeah, right.
Me neither.
It melts in your mouth, not in your CJ. What's happening here? I had to give up on it. Right? Like it was fucking doomed before it began. That's why I pivoted to cereal.
That's fair.
Oh, fucking hell.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Yeah.
We got, I think, an interesting one today. But before we get to that, we have a little segment that we like to call This Week in Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Emmethy, tell us about This Week in Bullshit.
Well, recently I've been playing Project Zomboid quite a bit.
Yes.
But I had a devastation today.
You
It's
were
very,
overrun.
very sad. I wasn't overrun. There was a zombie that I thought was dead on the ground. And it got me in the leg. It bit me.
Wah, wah.
And my 1 month run was ended right there.
Oof.
I just sat there and let it eat me because I was like, fuck this. I'm done. Because you can't survive a bite. Once you're bitten, you're fucking dead. So I was just like, you know what? Eat me.
You didn't try and cut the leg off?
That's a mod that I don't have downloaded.
Okay.
I don't play with mods. I play relatively vanilla. So.
That's fair.
And it was my thigh. That's a lot of the leg to cut off.
It's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, my 1 month run, by far my longest run, was ended. It was pretty sad. I had a pretty good base set up. I was ready. I was ready. I had a generator. I had extra gas. I had a ton of extra water. I had water barrels. We were set. And then it just ended. Sad day.
That's one of those games that I've toyed around with the idea of getting and seeing about how to run large scale games of that. Because I feel a survival game like that would be fun on the server. Similar to
100%.
but zombies.
Yeah, I play with a few friends occasionally, and we get together on the server and play together, and it's a lot of fun in a group. I like the brutal aspect of the surviving alone as well. It's a good time.
I believe, I know, but I don't know the extent, that at one point, I picked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I passed a copy to you, Danny.
Yes, you did.
And Grant got one. And I think I had 2 more invites that I was holding to see who was going to get them. This was years ago.
Yeah, it's been a couple years already.
And it never popped off.
Something you might like, though, Porter, in their most recent update for the beta branch of the game, like the build 42 unstable, they have added a lot more controller integration for people who play with controllers.
Well, that would be a big deal.
Yeah, you just have to go in there and set up what buttons do what yourself.
I'm happy to do that as well.
Yeah, so if you go into the unstable branch, they do have a lot more controller adaptability now. I haven't played with controller, but I saw it on the recent update.
Because I remember starting it, and there were so many controls and they were so many, to me, seemingly random hotkeys
Yes.
that I was not able to decipher what the fuck did what, even though they just told me, because they told me 20 things at once. And I'm like, okay, nope. I can't play this. I can kind of move left and right. Fucking, I give up.
Yeah, I play keyboard and mouse, so I don't have that problem. But I did see it on the recent update that with like a picture of like the menu where you get to choose where things go. So
that might be the thing.
That might be.
yeah. But I'm gonna have to take a few days break after that devastation and then jump in.
Well,
That's fair.
Certainly.
Yeah, a restart after that. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, am I next?
Well, sure, why
Oh,
not?
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
So,
All right. So, the games time forever, the Summer Games Fest. I intentionally went super far away from it because I couldn't remember the real name. So you're just going to go for broke.
okay.
No, so yeah, that was reason we actually talked about that the last normal episode, the Two Wolves. And so like a lot of games, obviously, were previewed. And there's two in particular that I'm going to mention real quick because it was this weird thing for me. Like there were a lot of links going on in the Discord. Hey, everyone, check this one out. Check this one out. The new Code Veronica. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But there was Stellar Blade 2 and Gundam something or other. They were both showed off in the trailers. And in the fun through line between the two of them is I watched both of those and went, that's not right.
Oh, no.
For two different reasons.
Right.
Like vastly
watch
different.
this, right. Like the Stellar Blade one, like the combat looks badass. I love that new weapon. That looks like that's going to be a lot of fun to play. But that's not the main character of Stellar Blade. Who's this stranger?
And it was one of the things of in the trailer, you get to hear the character's name, and I misheard it the first time through. Because the main character in the first game is called Eve. Apparently in the second game, it's Evie.
Which sounds like it's just to nickname this character, Evie, can you copy? Yeah. That sounds like it's like Dan E.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Fucking.
Nah, it sounds like a Pokemon.
And then it does. It's spelled the same way too, right?
Yeah.
I want to get my prequel stone to put the main character back to normal.
Oh, Jesus.
But then like you see the character and it's like, well, the hair is wrong, but you can customize that thing. That'll be fine. And then the face is wrong. And then she speaks and the voice is wrong. Like that's not. Who are you?
Oh man.
And then we pivot over to the Gundam game. And that's Armored Core. That's not Gundam. This is Armored Core versus Zoids. That's not Gundam. What is this? They spelled Armored Core wrong.
Oh, so they completely changed everything you love about both those games.
Well, I wouldn't go that. I won't go that far with Stellar Blade. There's a new character. I just was not expecting or didn't request that. I requested a continuation of what was there already. I don't want Raiden. I want Solid Snake.
Exactly. That was actually going to be the analogy I brought up just a second ago. At least this time it's not the trailers is Eve the entire time.
That's true. Like it's not a bait and switch. And if it is, it's a good bait and switch.
Yep.
It's like, oh good, I was upset, but I'm not now. But yeah, with the Gundam game, it looks like it'll be a cool game.
Mm-hmm.
But the parts about Gundam that are Gundam are not present here. This is an action mech game, which can be cool. But we're bursting around with swords and fighting giant robot lions, and that's not Gundam.
It looks like it would be a very fun Armored Core game.
It does, exactly. They spelled Armored Core weird.
Like I had a similar thing when the newest Metro game was announced a little while ago. And I remember that game series had a fairly definitive end. And then the more details I found about it, like the trailer looks sick. It looks like a good Metro game. But then finding out from the trailer of, you're not playing as the main character for the last 3 games. You're playing as somebody else.
And that can happen, right?
Exactly.
If it's like a definitive kind of end thing. It's just weird when you had several endings to a game that all could make really interesting sequels.
Yep.
And go with none of them.
Yeah, completely.
And
change.
it's the case of a lot of these are like the equivalent of teaser trailers, really.
Sure.
Since I think
that's
it's still in
too.
early development, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing too, is there's plenty of time to show us more to change my initial confusion.
Fingers crossed, huh?
Right. You know what is cool though? They're rebooting the Blair Witch Project. That's going to be really cool and exciting.
Right?
Stop. Don't touch the things I like.
That's
That's
just bait for him. That
was.
Just trying to make me mad. Get me angry.
That is exactly what I was doing.
I just want more original ideas. Stop touching things. Stop touching good things.
Danny hears that a lot.
God. Stop. Wow.
And I'm sure it's deserved, just like this.
Wow.
Danny, what do you got for us this week in bullshit?
Well, nothing
Other
now.
than vengeance.
Oh, man. I don't remember anymore.
Oh, shit.
No. An old stupid little phone game. I'm just... Everyone's got those little tiny little advertisements in phone games, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, and they give you the advertisement, here, play this game, and then they purposely be really bad in those advertisements, so it pisses you off. Like, I can do better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they're getting better at those because the skip ad parts or the X, now they're putting them in different locations, or they're making them really small. So when you go to click them, you miss. And because you interacted with that advertisement, now it thinks you want more of that advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, man.
What's it called? My favorite version of those, and I'm saying that with extreme air quotes right now, is when they make a skip button or, the little X as part of the ad.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the actual one. It's just there to make you click on it.
Yep.
Where the actual one's going to show up in a few seconds.
And then they'll have a countdown, right? Some of them have a countdown. And it's like a 30-second countdown. Okay, I'm waiting. I've got my finger there. And as soon as that countdown's done, I go to hit it. And I hit the X. I'm like, oh, cool. It's like, oh, are you sure you want to hit this X? And it gives you another one. Like, motherfuckers.
Put your thumbprint here to confirm that you're going to...
There's so many of them. Oh, man. And like I said, this one little game I'm playing too.
What's the game?
It's like a Tower Destiny game. Tower Destiny Survive, whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like a tower game, but instead of defending, you're actually the tower and you're moving forward. It's kind of cool. A little stupid game.
Little Vampire Survivor?
Yeah, but it's like a side scroller. So you're actually going forward.
That's cool.
But the little tournament thing I'm in, I have to watch. I'm watching so many freaking ads. It's ridiculous. But I'm like number one in this tournament right now by a lot.
Oh, nice.
But because of the amount of ads I've watched.
So at what point do you get fed up and buy like the ad-free version?
Oh, I have not bought the ad.
No, I'm sure you haven't yet, but at what point does that get too much for you?
Yeah.
Because I know you well enough to know that on default, you are never going to do this, except you're doing tournaments now and you're doing well. So there's going to be the point that it's going to piss you off enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm such a cheapskate.
I know, but I didn't want to say those words on the air.
And I appreciate it, but I'll say it. I have no problem with that. I refuse to put any money into like a phone game like this.
Except you might if you're doing tournaments and you're getting sick of it. So there's going to be a point.
So,
but you did remind me, funnily enough, is I found one of those last night at some point. That standard match 3 shit.
Yeah.
Where, it's like the wall's coming or the lava's coming down and there's like the old dude and he's like, help, but that's never in the games.
Right.
But I saw it was a Monopoly game. Right. And so you got, what is his name? Uncle Pennybags or whatever. And he's walking down the board and the little dice come down. And I'm like, oh, okay, they're selling Monopoly. Good, because Hasbro needs more money. And
it's Monopoly Go, right?
maybe. I don't remember the name, but probably. Right. And the dice come and it's like, oh, sweet. And you would 1, 2, 3, 4. And it lands on go to jail. And then a pit opens under this man.
Mm-hmm.
And he falls into this little platform with an avalanche of dice in a little cage. And you have to quick match like the Monopoly piece symbols to get the dice down. Right. And suddenly, and I'm like, what world is this? What is this Monopoly Deep lore I have never heard of?
Yeah.
I did not realize jail was a nightmare hellscape.
Mm-hmm. It's some dumb shit. Yeah.
Right? And then because it's just dice. And of course, you know how those ads go. They lose because they're dumb and they can't just. Yeah. So he's slowly getting pushed into the cage by the dice. And then the cage locks and you lose and I'm in jail now.
Yeah.
I'm in nightmare hell jail. But so if they had done it right.
Yeah.
And all the dice fall down, you've created an inescapable pit. You're not locked in the cage anymore. But how the fuck do you get out? You're just going to starve to death no matter what. What is this world?
Right.
I can hear Pinhead just off in the distance. You rolled doubles.
Right?
Yeah. It's all those games, those ads piss me off. They're so dumb.
Remember a while back there was some kind of like lawsuit levied against some of those companies for making the ads that didn't represent anything in the game.
I'm
surprised they're still around.
I remember years and years and years ago, I did play, what is it? The Farmscape?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
anyways, I still
we'll call it that.
Yeah. It's the Farmscape game. Essentially, you just like build little things that made farm stuff, and then it goes into the next factory, which makes more things. And it's one of those games where you go on there like a couple times a day and like refresh it, and there's a timer on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all the ads for the game were always like where you like move the character and do things, which is not representative of the game at all. And I remember seeing those while I was playing the game, and I'm like, that doesn't exist in this game. And I still see it today, and I'm like, that's not what those games look like.
Yep.
That's because I want to play that game.
Yeah, those games I want to play.
Yeah, I want to fucking watch. I want to stop the king from getting lit on fire by the snake or whatever. Fucking. Or the ones I would see with the dude gets eaten by the snake and then falls in the snake's belly and has to walk around and kill people who have numbers that are lower over his head. Yeah. And he gets like a machine gun, and then he can't decide that 12 is less than 30.
Yeah.
And so he gets killed, and it's like, oops, play this.
Yeah.
I'd love to. I'd get bored after an hour, but I'll play the shit out of that hour.
They're designed so like, oh, I'm so stupid, I can't figure it out. I bet you can, though.
You know what? I want an ad to say that.
They are. That's what they're
trying to say.
No,
I want them to actually say it.
Oh, okay.
I want it to be, oopsie doopsie. I guess 6 isn't more than 3,000. Can you figure? Like it was fucking Blue's Clues or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
CJ, what you got?
So this week in bullshit for me is just a bizarre news story I remember seeing and hearing that I have to share with everybody, because these people know what 2 words I had to look up to find this news story again for the proper details, and that was mummy and sourdough.
Yeah, I don't get how those 2 words would combine.
Now we need you to explain yourself. I refused to let you before, and then I forgot entirely.
Yeah. So this is coming out of Italy, a research facility called I believe it's EURAC, EURAC, Research Institute of Mummy Studies.
No.
Yep.
Nope.
I refuse to believe.
Yep. I'm already. This is dubious.
Yep.
Wait, how are they studying mummies when we already ate them all already? But continue.
They found this one in the Alps.
Okay.
Are you thinking of the cereal Yummy Mummy? Because that's not really mummies.
No, a lot of mummies are missing because people ate them, but
or turned them into tea or paint, or snorted them.
What the fuck, guys?
Well, they wanted
Europe
protection from
was
COVID.
crazy. Yeah. Yeah. They also did unboxing parties with mummies and unwrapping parties too.
Can we?
Yep.
I did not know
Yes,
that.
please.
Can we not rebrand grave robbing, please?
They already did. Victorian England was a wild place.
Oh Christ!
Yeah.
But anyway, this was a mummy that from 5,300 years ago that they named Otzi the Iceman, frozen somewhere in the Alps. And apparently they found him back in 91. And the scientists at this facility in Italy decided it would be a good idea to find out, hey, what did he eat? You know, study what was life like in this time. And they found a actively preserved strain of yeast that they cultured into enough to actually make sourdough from the yeast they got out of this fucking mummy's stomach.
No.
That's amazing.
And apparently it's fairly good.
No.
That's amazing.
You
I'm curious what kind of curse they've released into the world.
That's amazing.
No, I'm asking
want to
you.
try this.
Yeah, you've made bread. You want to make us some mummy dough?
Mummy dough.
I think that buying some of that starter would be incredibly expensive. So if somebody wants to finance that, I would love to. But I don't have the money to buy mummy sourdough starter.
You don't have,
Oh,
you don't
and I
have the
just
money
found,
for money dough?
I also just found a small update thanks to a quick little bit of Googling. Apparently they're working on a follow-up project of using the yeast to make mummy beer.
Hell yeah.
I mean, surely they can replicate that, right?
Yeah.
So just, so they'll have kits soon, Em. Like, just keep an eye out for Mummies Alive brand bread.
Yeah, this is on my list of things I'd like to try at some point in time, along with the coffee bean that I can't remember what animal. But there's an animal that eats the coffee beans and then they poop them out, and then people have to get the coffee beans out of the poop because they don't actually digest in the stomach, and it just goes into the poop, and then they make coffee out of that. And I also want to try the poop coffee.
Why?
Because it sounds interesting.
Like disgusting.
Like, if you want shit coffee, you can just, go to Danny's work, I guess, right?
They clean
I've
it.
heard
it's
not.
shit coffee.
Yeah. I've heard about this, and if I remember correctly, it's like their gut distills the caffeine and everything.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so it changes the flavor of the coffee and things. They do not.
I would imagine it changes the
matter in your coffee.
Now, is there sometimes corn kernels in the coffee? Just inexplicably, there's a piece of corn.
I don't think those animals eat corn.
I don't think most of us eat corn when that happens. So it's.
I believe this is the most expensive coffee in the world.
I believe so.
It is.
Well, I will poop in your percolator for half the price. All right.
Please don't. I don't want that.
That would be a feat.
Like that.
This is Rage Across the Internet. This is about werewolves.
I think that has been a successful week in bullshit.
Yeah, I think that is this week in bullshit, clearly. So moving on to the topic at hand. We have, I don't know if you guys are aware, it'd be super weird if you're not. We have an actual play. You're all in it. That's why it would be weird if you didn't.
Yep.
Called Wherever Gaia Takes Us. And a couple weeks ago, we took half of that recording session and dealt with experience in Renown.
We thought it would be a good idea to record it halfway through.
Right. It's true.
Yeah.
And then CJ said, well, you know what? You're a miserable bastard, and I'm glad you're going to die alone, Porter. But what if...
I don't remember that.
I'm making all of this up. What if we do a show on this? I'm sure he said all of those words independently of each other through the course of his life. But no, they did not come together like that. No, so we thought it would be a good idea to do a show, because we've never talked about this before, really, is to how to handle or ways to handle the post game.
And it's one of those things, like we've covered the importance of everything kind of when playing the game or even before playing the game.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever actually touched on after.
No, it's true, right?
setting up the game, making characters, playing your characters, getting out of Cardboard Town, plots.
And we'll talk about all that more too, because fuck.
We ain't
Yeah,
going
right.
anywhere anytime soon.
Exactly. But yeah, this is kind of a new topic, which is strange, because at the end of theoretically, at the end of every game,
Mhm.
we hand out experience and we hand out renown.
Mm-hmm.
Now, interestingly, we don't do that, but
Right.
we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling it's different storyteller to storyteller, even outside of just this room.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I have heard stories from other people just through conversation over the years in the Discord about different methods and, you know, kind of house rules and shit, which isn't, there's nothing wrong with that at all. That's not where we're coming from with this. I mean, I guess where to start, right?
Starting with experience.
Yeah. Let's start with experience.
Let's do it. For me, anytime I've given out experience for a story, it's usually at the end of a story or chapter, depending on how I'm phrasing it for that game or setting it up. So usually not the end of the session, but every 1 or 2, depending on the length of the story and gameplay. And if there was a good bit of combat or like the chance of a character dying, like not just a downtime thing, or, you know, they're at the set preparing for a moot, but not the actual moot, my usual baseline is about 3 XP. And then I do a thing with most of my players of, in most of my games before this most recent one, I have them pick out who was the MVP of the game. So whoever did something the coolest, whoever had the best RP moment, you cannot vote for yourself. And that person gets 1 extra XP. You know, that kudos.
Me and CJ, you and I do it really similarly.
Yeah.
At the end of each time me and my group play, I will give them 1 experience. So like so if they all show up on the day, they get 1. But at the end of the chapter, I give everybody 2 for participating in the entire story. And then I have them all vote on who their favorite character was over that section of the chapter. You can't vote for yourself. And so they have to say who it was, why they voted for that person, and then that person gets an extra. If there's a tie, 2 people get an extra.
So that's interesting, you know, because I couldn't remember who I heard it from, frankly, but that was one of the things I was thinking of immediately, is that nominate a best boy who gets the trophy.
Yeah. Like if we did that with our game, the moment at Camp Anawana with Doug, I would have voted for Danny.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Couldn't have gone to anybody else.
Well, I guess I think first maybe we talk about, I know Em pulled it up. I don't know if she still got it up. I don't know if CJ still got it up. This is, you know, it's right there if Danny wants it too. Yeah, we go over what it says in terms of divvying experience. Now I have 2nd edition open right now because I know you guys have 20 right in front of you. So I thought it would be good to have
Yeah, I've got 20. And 20 is relatively similar to how CJ and I do it, and then some. So 20 has 1 point automatic, 1 point for learning curve. So if everybody is able to list 1 thing they learned.
acting, concept, heroism.
Yep.
And then end of each story, success, danger, wisdom. Is that correct?
Success, danger, wisdom. Yep. At the end of each story.
So it's the same from 2nd edition, which does not surprise me at all.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice little system there.
No, it is. But again, this is where in the past I have run into problems with 20 because so much of this shit is the same between editions that you'll get something like the roll for falling touch, which changed for 20 and I didn't know about it. And it's like, well, why didn't you know about it? Well, because it's been the same fucking roll since 1993 is why. Why would I read that gift for a 3rd time? I already know the roll. So, so I just want to make sure, because shit, they change shit that sneaks in and a lot of stuff doesn't. So, yeah. So they have it as the end of each chapter. You do the automatic, the learning curve, the acting, concept, the heroism. And then
that's where I got the voting from, is from the acting. So instead of me choosing, I let the players choose who gets the acting point.
Okay. That makes sense.
And I have something with that learning curve of I do something a little different with most of my games. Of I encourage my players for a bonus XP to write something in character, be it like a journal entry or something along the lines of the learning curve. It helps Galliards keep track of their stories so much easier.
Oh, certainly. And funnily enough, right? Because it says at the end of each chapter, which they're defining as a game session at all. And then the last three, the success, the danger, and the wisdom for the end of the story itself. And for me, until recently, till I started gaming with you guys,
Mm-hmm.
the chapter and the story were the same thing.
Okay.
Right. I mean, there were once or twice ever before we started the podcast,
Right.
where we had to break it up because something happened, or we were running really late and someone's wife was screaming at them. I'm not even pointing fingers. I was the only one in that group not married.
Yeah, I know.
So it wasn't me. But
No, that's why I'm laughing. It was funny. It's fine.
But there it was, right? So for me, it was always the same. So it wasn't, potentially 5 and then potentially 3. It was 8 every game. And so what I would do at that point is I did the learning curve on a scale of 3.
Okay.
And so it's a little more experience potentially.
Yeah.
And that really depended on how well you did your learning curve, which for me, and this is, I guess, my first big divergence with experience, and I think only my main one really, is that I wouldn't let you say your learning curve.
Right.
You have to write your learning curve down. And the reason I would do that is because for years I would run into situations where people would just ape the guy before them because they got a good score.
Yeah. If the first person got a really good score, they would just say the same thing.
Right. Like I learned that, the tribes of the nation are very different and it's important to be diplomatic. I learned that it isn't always good to just fight people and sometimes you could talk it out. And then the third person is like,
maybe the child of the guy aren't wrong.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, write it down now and I won't read them out loud. I will read them and give you your value. And suddenly you got diverse answers and they were interesting. And it's just the same words in a different order.
Yeah.
And also, like for you guys, you get less experience. And the reason for that is, and I know you guys are not low on experience.
No.
Which is kind of why.
Yep.
Is it's a great way to overload someone on exp. Especially when you have a storyteller like me who will not let you buy 5 dots in Brawl on your second story or your third or your fourth.
You might functionally have the ability to, but it ain't happening.
Right, because while you might have the money for it, here we go. Just because you can pay for the beer does not make you 21.
Just because you can buy the bottle of whiskey doesn't mean you'll be awake by the time you finish it.
There's another good one, right? But there you go, right? The difference between 2 dots in something and 3 dots of something is a significant upgrade in skill and ability.
Yes, significant.
This reminds me of on the day that we were working through our XP spending, where we had the idea for this episode, was the fact of Porter was surprised with how reasonable we were being with asking, hey, can I buy this because of this?
Isn't that terrible?
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't call it terrible. I think we were all being reasonable with
it. You're missing my point.
But that's
my point is, that was a surprise to me that people were being reasonable.
Oh.
You guys were great. That was a shock to me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think
you weren't stat gremlins, all right?
How much experience did you hand us in one go?
Like 40 something.
It was like 60,
a ridiculous number.
Yeah.
It was something along those lines, yeah.
But see, and I guess you go ahead, Siege.
Oh, no, this is where I was thinking maybe we also cover this from the player angle as well. Like, hey, you've gotten the experience. How do you use it? In a way, your storyteller is most likely going to let you use it.
I think that's a great point, yeah.
Because, you could have that XP to buy the 5th dot in Brawl right out the gate. I don't know of any good storytellers that would allow that.
Well, and let's take a second there to explain why.
Exactly.
I have always been an advocate for telling your players no. Not because it feels good, right? Not like, fuck you, not to stick it to your players. That's not what I mean. But for the integrity of the game, you have to not be afraid to tell your players no. But if you tell your players no, tell them why. Explain to them the thought process so that they understand why we're doing what we're doing. And it doesn't just come off as you being like a dick or withholding or something. Because hopefully it's not what it's, I don't know what you do at your table. Hopefully that's not what you're doing.
I specifically remember when we got all of that experience, I had 2 dots in athletics and 2 dots in Brawl as Carly. And so I remember the first thing I did was I looked at those 2 in each and I said, Porter, I want to take one of these up to 3.
And I didn't have a problem with that because it had been, we were at chapter 13 of the second Chronicle. You came in, I want to say chapter 9 or 10 of the first.
Yeah.
That is enough time.
Yeah. Then I thought to myself, which one of these do I want to take up? Like, I have plenty of experience. I could have taken them both up, but I'm kind of I'm conservative in this area. So I was thinking about our last fight with the spirals, and I said, I think athletics over Brawl due to my actions there.
Well, and that's funny, is I would have given, I don't know if I would have given you both. I don't know that I wouldn't have. But sitting here, if you asked me right now today, I'd hem and haw about giving you both. Because I think each, to a point, each upgrade should be meaningful. And I don't mean like your first dot of computers or something. I'm not worried about that. I'm not even worried about your second. You look at like a dots and drive like that. That's the difference. You learned how to drive stick. That doesn't need to be a fucking epic journey. But now you're you go to 3 and you're, fucking doing stunts in the car. That should maybe be a little bit of a bigger deal.
Yeah. And, I also was looking at those same dots and wanting to up them because they were both at 2 for me as well. And I had went with Brawl and I had suggested such because of all the training Night Thing has been doing and his just general combat skills.
Which makes sense, yeah.
And I had explicitly stated like a couple seconds later that I'm not going to ask for a dot of Kylindo. Because yes, he's been training. He's been doing his Kylindo practice. But there hasn't been a big enough growth and I haven't had it fit in the story so far.
Yeah, you've done a few things, but it's not been like a consistent basis. While I chose athletics over Brawl because in that fight, I had Carly running in to help, running out, running back in, running back out. And then I've noticed like in a lot of the fights, she's running a lot. And I feel like that's a lot more athletic than it is Brawl.
Well, I was just going to have your back on that with the Skull Pig.
Nope.
Remember? Yeah. You kept fucking bullfightering the Skull Pig and running up the wall and be like, can't get me, dick. And he'd go back and you'd be like, eh.
Yeah. That's definitely more of an athletics move than a Brawl move. And so Carly's instinct is to run, dodge, and like help rather than claw.
Yep.
And all of it makes sense. I think we're all being reasonable with it. We're not being greedy.
No, and again, that fucking kudos all day for it. Because that is not an example of that's not every player.
Yeah. And if you are a player, if you ask your storyteller for, that increase and you give a decent reason, like, Carly's been running around a lot. She's been more focused on evasion and combat. Night Thing's been doing all this rolling to shift because he's been rage poor for a while. Hey, can I get that primal urge bump? Ricochet is trying to do some pack tactics. Maybe he gets a leadership dot. If you come in with those reasons and examples pulled from your games, as a storyteller, I'd probably say yes about 90% of the time.
Yeah, it definitely helps. And also something that they got a lot of when they would ask about a stat is, what are you at now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because again, that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I want an extra dot of, you said leadership.
Right.
What are you at now?
Yeah.
And he was like 1. Okay. Or you might have been nothing. I don't remember what it was.
0 at that
Yeah,
point.
you're like 0. I'm like, yeah, fine, go, do it. If he had said 3, the answer was no.
Yep.
If you had said 2, the answer would be no.
He hasn't really displayed enough leadership to go up from 3 to a 4.
Right. Yeah. I might have given you a second, maybe. I don't know. Not the point though. We're not there, right? Because it's also on the day. It's a gut thing sometimes, But yeah, I will say if you are told no, don't ask the next game.
Yep.
Just because now you're nagging, and the answer is no harder because people love it when you nag them.
But also, if you're a storyteller and you say no, like we said before,
tell them
say why.
Right. Yep. And I mean, usually the why is because you didn't enough, but maybe ask me again in 2 or 3 stories or 3 or 4 stories or keep working at hand.
Yeah. Over the next couple of stories, try to do things that involve that. And then we'll talk about it at the end of the chapter.
Yep.
Yeah. A perfect example of this is I wasn't sure because, Rico's going for a dot of leadership. Nightfang doesn't currently have any, and he is the alpha of the pack. And I asked Porter what he thought about getting that one. Because I wasn't sure if I had done enough to justify it, or maybe getting this dot will justify changing how Nightfang behaves as a leader. And I believe on the day we both ultimately agreed, like, let's see where it goes in the story first.
Right.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I believe it.
Yeah, I think
so it was technically a no, but for that very good reason of let's see it develop.
And I feel like that's really a question for going from 0 to 1 or from 2 to 3. Because I do remember specifically going, can I have another dot in firearms? And you were like, what are you at? And I said 1. You're like, yeah, take it.
Yep. Especially because that surprise pistol keeps getting pulled out.
Yeah, the surprise pistol.
I think that's its official name, by the way.
Every time I pulled it out, wouldn't you get a pistol?
Yeah. Every time.
You need to fetish that thing's holster with an amnesia spirit.
I already have the chameleon spirit on my crossbow. It maybe just be leaching into the pistol at this point.
It's got like a contact.
Maybe I just put the pistol. Maybe I just actually holster the pistol onto that, and it's just kind of leaching into Porter's brain.
I want you to, in your sheet with your equipment, I want you to rename that surprise pistol.
Got it.
That is its name. That's a proper noun. Seriously, I've forgotten she's had that like 5 times.
I know.
It's so funny.
Sorry.
And half the time I'm a bit incredulous about it, right? I'm like, when'd you get a pistol?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you trying to pull? And you're like, dude.
After the game... After a game one day, we even had a thorough discussion about how pistols will work, and I have it written down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when we were revising the firearms combat.
Yep. Yes.
KG has the other one.
Which isn't, I know that one.
Yep.
There were 2.
So does Doug.
Yep.
Well, that's hers, sir.
Yeah. No, I said, so does Doug know about it?
Oh, yeah, no, well, he doesn't remember, though.
Good
callback, though. It was good.
Character sheet has been revised. It is now called Surprise Pistol.
Perfect.
Another aspect we can hit on for, ST and player side of buying stuff with experience is gifts. Gifts are a big one and usually have like entire scenes dedicated to learning them. Not always practical.
Right. That is a balancing act.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because in Porter world, right? And we're going to talk the ideal and we're going to talk the real world, at least from in my seat, right? Mm-hmm. Is I would love to do a fun training thing for your gifts. I would love to do fun spirit interactions for all of them. That just, we're assuming I can just come up with those all the time, but
yeah,
for the sake of the thing, right? Like I look back to that interlude with Carly, which was about a fetish and not a gift. But with Chameleon, I had so much fun with that, with the maze and Chameleon solving it with his tail while he's talking to her. in the chiminage. He's got the fruit stripe gum. Like, I had so much fun writing that. But that that can be difficult.
Yeah.
And I had that planned because we knew about the fetish already. Not, you spent the points and I have to do that on the fly. And also there is the time constraints you have to deal with.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because here we are 4 people with different lives and schedules and responsibilities, and we can only get together for so long.
Yeah, and if I'm buying even one gift, CJ buys a gift, M buys a gift, you got to do that 3 times in that day.
Right.
And that's if it's only one gift.
And we'll be kind and call that just an hour and a half out of everybody's time.
Yep.
And I want to get super real with you. We also have a show to factor in.
Right.
Yep. I do not like making creative decisions based on the show. But I also live in the world, and sometimes we have to.
Yes.
We have to acknowledge that.
Yep.
Like, y'all know I don't like to do it.
But. Yep.
I do remember my first bout of experience.
Mm-hmm.
I bought about 3 gifts. And of those 3 gifts, we did a one-off where I got Spirit Snare from an ancestor spirit.
That was fun too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so of the 3 gifts I bought, we did 1 in character. And that's about the rule I play like in my games. For every like 3 or 4 gifts you buy, or if it's like a cool one that I think would be, I have an idea for that, let's do that next game. That's whenever I do it. But like doing every single one of them can be tedious and become unfun pretty quickly.
Right. And that's the thing too, right? And I've never had a hard and fast rule, but that might be how I would gravitate. That would be what I would advise. Is just listen to M. Fucking put that. She has that now for her. She's going to have that soundbite forever now.
Unfun, especially for anyone who is not that player getting the gift.
Which is exactly the point I was going to make, right? Like maybe if that one-off with them, with Chameleon, had been done on the day and you guys were there, maybe you are enjoying that scene because it's a fun scene.
Oh, yeah, listening back to it, it was fun.
And I mean, good, right? Because hopefully I'm writing engaging stuff and you're engaged even if it's not about you.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's
there
you
is
guys.
the off chance.
Right.
That
but
for anybody else, they're bored out of their mind.
Well, hopefully not, right? Because hopefully they're there for the game and the story. And if it's not about them for like 20 minutes, they can handle it. But be better if that's you. But but here it's not just you at that point, right?
Right.
Like Danny and CJ are sitting there listening to that and they're going, oh, that was really cool. And now it's time for Danny's gift.
Yeah.
And now CJ and M are listening. They're like, oh, that's pretty cool. M's like, oh, that's pretty cool. And CJ's like, well, I'd like to play.
Yeah.
Do I have to wait an hour and a half to be able to do anything?
Yep.
Unfortunately, yes. And that's why I don't do that altogether.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's already gone 3 hours for 2 gifts. Now he's still waiting on his.
In that case, I would recommend, if you had the time and ability, like spacing it out, doing CJ's day 1, M's day 2.
If you can get it, if you can get away with it, if you can do side sessions, but it's unfair, especially, and this is a smaller group.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if we had 2 more players here.
Shit.
Even at 20 minutes apiece.
That's still a long time, yeah.
Yeah. And so a good little alternative for if your storyteller, if you're wanting to buy these gifts from your storyteller, a couple things to keep in mind is, once again, the relative rank, because you could be rank 2 right now and you want to rank 1 gift. That should not be a problem. But also, who are your packs on good terms with? Who is your character in good terms with? If I want a Stargazer gift, chances are I could pick it up just by nature of being a Stargazer. But if I have an Elder Stargazer who I am friends with in game or on good terms with, chances are they're going to be able to teach my character that gift. So it's just like, hey, Border, can I get this gift? And maybe Dodger or Falling Leaf would probably be a good person to teach.
We shouldn't have to, but I'm gonna anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not that gift is allowed, whether I agree to that is dependent on how the level of the gift, the level of you. If CJ, and I want to make this clear, if CJ comes to me and says, this level 4 gift is rad as shit, I'm going to go, yeah, I know.
Yep.
Can I have it?
And that's the end of that conversation. Right. And if he brings it up in game, right? Because number one, you fucking snake. The storyteller already said no.
Yep.
But Night Fang saw that gift and he's like, Falling Leaf, could you teach me that? Not knowing the number of the gift or the rank of the gift, because he's just a kid in the world who doesn't have a storyteller that he ignored. He's just going to ask the fucking ninja, the old man ninja, to teach him,
Oh, man. I feel like that's a kind of a disrespect kind of
I
thing.
would agree, but we're running with the scenario.
Okay.
So what you do there is you have the spirit show up for whatever reason. Maybe Night Fang was a Thurge and summoned the spirit his own damn self.
Yep.
Right? I can't stop him from doing that in game. I told him he can't have the gift, but there's nothing stopping that character from summoning the fucking spirit that teaches it and asking directly. He's not going to get it because I already told him that. But see, now but you do this in game, and the spirit just laughs you off the stage and goes, "You are not ready for this, kid."
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, hey, all right.
You're still wearing Batman underoos. Fucking get out of here.
Yep. And if you are playing that Thurge and this is a level of gift that's reasonable for you to take and not like, something super esoteric and like a hidden gift that's available only to a specific camp. If you come in with like, hey, yeah, I could try summoning this spirit, come up with a couple details that you would add to the summoning, some of the materials you might use or where you might try it. Like, not necessarily write the scene for your storyteller, but give them a lot of fodder, give them a lot of, potential stuff that they could use to show the detail that you've put the thought into it, at least.
Still be prepared to hear no.
Still be prepared to hear no, but as a storyteller myself, I would be more inclined to be like, yeah, that's reasonable. We'll set that up during a downtime.
I mean, and ironically, I would be less inclined.
Okay.
This is where you're damned if you do sometimes. Because if it is something outside of your weight class, and you're like, no, but see, I got this idea because you could do this and this and this. Well, you are not the storyteller.
True.
I dictate how the game goes. You don't get
reasonable.
To do it. No, I agree, but reasonable can be subjective.
True.
And I'm making the point to where, if you decide to do this to try to sweeten the pot for the storyteller, he might take exception to the fact that you just tried to hijack his game to get what you want.
Yep.
Devil's advocate here, right? You need to be prepared for that. Just because you did the work doesn't mean you deserve it, especially when it's already something out of your fucking pay grade. And you knew that coming into it. And again, this ultimately becomes an out of character. I mean, it's both kind of,
yes,
right?
I agree.
Yeah.
And I'm not opposed to that. I want to make that clear. I was playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
But I'm doing that because I think it's important for people to be prepared for that kind of shit. Because I think we all know somebody or have met somebody.
Setting expectations.
Yes. We have to, we need that out there for expectation management.
There's a fine line sometimes, yes.
Yep.
Well, I mean, there are bad storytellers out there. There are bad players out there. We all know that. Hopefully there are fewer of them because you listen to the show, right? Hopefully if you're part of that problem, you're coming out of that because we're here to help you. Hopefully that's the right. We want more good players. We want more good storytellers. We want to make good storytellers and great storytellers. That's what we're fucking doing here. But
right.
We have to, there's steps to that. So let's make sure we're hitting all those steps. Just expectation management. Yeah, it's a big deal. And again, I'm not opposed to outside of breed, auspice, and tribe. Sometimes I encourage it to a point.
Mm-hmm. To a point, yeah. And as long as it makes sense story wise.
Yeah. And again, this brings us kind of back because we're still adjacent to the topic, but we got on the outskirts, I think.
Yeah, a little bit.
And again, I go back to the glut of experience. Got to spend it on something. You don't have to, but you guys have a lot left over.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't police your shit, but I know you've got a lot left over. Because since doing this on, this wherever Gaia takes us, I have not given you experience on a story to story basis. I haven't in a long time.
Yeah. We've been
saying
getting
this
it
like
in
you're
bulk.
surprised.
Right.
Yeah, they got a bulk drop of experience at the end of Last Chronicle. M got a little bonus to keep her on level with everyone else, but
Make sure because she
because she joined in late. Yeah, so I gave her a little bit, but they got a bulk sum. In fact, I know what Danny got the first round is around here somewhere, but I'm not going to grab for it. It doesn't matter.
Do you want my total?
I don't need your. I don't want the total. I was going to say the total of the first batch.
Oh,
the experience was something like 69 experience.
Yeah.
Well, I currently have 69 experience.
So there you go.
Yeah,
and that's the thing is they just got that a bulk again. What 10, 11 chapters in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it had been a while.
It's like 69 and then like 40 or something like that.
Yeah, I reduced it for the second time because I knew how much you got the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at it and I'm going, you had that together. That's over 100 experience because you got some before those bulks.
Right.
Like that's so much that you're never going to use.
So what do you use it on at that point?
Right. You know, so I'm going to cut it down because you're still going to be able to, I know what you have. I know you're going to be able to get what you want. And because again, it's really easy to give too much experience in Renown away. Mm-hmm. It's really easy.
Yeah. It's kind of like the, diminishing returns in like a video game whenever it comes to experience. Those first early level quests are given like, 100 XP per turn in for these little fetch quests. But once you get, level 5 or 6, they'll start giving 50, and then 10, and then maybe half of an experience once you hit like level 60.
Yeah, and we're still only rank 1, and we've got lots of 2s and 3s on our sheets and dots.
Yeah.
And so I have 69 experience just sitting here because I'm waiting for enough renown that I can go to rank 2 so that it makes sense to get some of the gifts that I've been waiting on for so long and a few more dots and some things, and it would make more sense.
At rank 2, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing though, right? We looked back at what the book said.
Yep.
We'll go, let's go with the 10. I mean, 11 potentially, but with the way I do it, with the 3-point learning curve. 12 chapters in. Let's do the math on that. 10 times 12.
That's too many.
You could argue, well, that's what we should have gotten. That's what you should have got.
It's a lot of experience.
That's way too much experience. What are you going to do with all that shit? And that's why I cut it.
Characters have only been around like a couple weeks.
We'll give them a couple months, but
potentially.
Still.
Yeah.
Potentially more, potentially less. Really depends on what's going on in those stories.
Right, the pacing of them too, right? But I mean, we're talking was there danger, learning curve, automatic, just the basic what the book says. You are drowning in experience more than you could actually use.
Yep.
So I didn't feel bad cutting it down.
I don't blame you at all.
Right. Well, I also know you guys trust me that I'm not going to fuck you over. So I wouldn't worried about it. That's why I'm talking about it openly. I'm like, shit, I did it. Yes, I did it.
And it's one of those things of whenever I was giving away a lot less experience in my early days with certain things like certain gifts or whatever that my players really wanted and made sense for the story for them to get it right now. I was willing with good reason to allow them to go into a little XP debt. Like if you're 2 XP shy of actually being able to afford this gift, yeah, you could be down minus 2 XP until you get your next batch to cover it.
I think I would do that within reason. That sounds completely fair. Within reason.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it helps you balance if you realize you're starting to give out, if you're giving out too little XP, then maybe allow a little XP debt.
That's the other side of that too, though, right? Because it's not just looking at the future of the game and looking at the numbers, because we talk about player side as well.
Yup.
This is your quote your reward for playing the game. I would argue Spider-Man action is your reward. The game itself should be hopefully is the reward, a good story. But I'm not besmirching or arguing the point, right?
But this is your number goes up reward.
Yes, this is the yay. This is the dessert. You know. Yep. So, you know, bulk experience for us, I believe, works, but that doesn't mean it should always work or will always work. I believe that works with us because of this. And why did this start? Because we have time constraints here. You know, because we are not all in the same country. We are not in the same hemisphere. Fucking look. Wait, well,
and one thing I can point to with the learning curve specifically, a lot of us have been playing for a while. It would have to be specifically what our character learned.
Well, I would argue that it should
sometimes
be anyway.
But, you know, it's one of those, it's also a little... Once again, we've been playing for a while. Our characters have been around for a good little bit of time. Well, we could phone it in easily if we wanted.
That's true. But even then, the learning curves as I did them kind of went out of style or started to go out of style with the Bitches and Brews era. Because I was convinced I mean, I feel that's accurate, right? I was convinced
probably
to kind of bake it into post-game discussion.
Yes.
Okay.
You were kind of convinced.
I was kind of convinced. You know, like, hey, you're getting the learning curve out of this through everyone talking about it. Like, okay.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So there's that too.
Well, we enjoy, like, at that time, we really enjoyed having that discussion afterward.
So you don't anymore?
Well, okay.
That was a trap.
It was very much a trap, and I hate you for that.
Well, you set it all.
I did. Fuck.
You're like, here's this pit I dug in the ground. I hope someone doesn't put spikes in there and cover it with leaves.
And then push me in.
You walked in. You're like, there's leaves.
But no, the discussion afterward, I feel it's always important, and it helps kind of solidify everything going on. Like, there might have been moments that you kind of just forgot happened because of a lot of shit happening. And it kind of just, it helps with like memory too. It's like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot about that. It was a lot of things happening at once. And then something that maybe was a big deal to somebody else wasn't to the other person. And it, maybe helped them realize, why it was a big deal.
Well, yeah, if a group verbalizes it better than writing it, there's no harm in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you, also feel like you're giving away too little XP in your stories, don't be afraid to offer bonus XP opportunities. Like the writing thing, the learning curves, the MVPs, or one of my personal favorites is getting your players to make a playlist, whether it be for their character, representing their character, or over possible events or places in the game. Because it doesn't take long to make like a 5-song playlist on Spotify or YouTube. And it helps you think out. It helps you think a little bit more, because if it's like, what would Nightfang listen to versus what songs do I think represent Nightfang the best, are two separate ways of thinking.
It's true.
Super fair.
And plus also, hey, it gets you experience to possibly different music, which is always a good thing.
So Danny got his love for siesta. That is a mean tango. I mean, you do. You're a talented guy. I don't have that talent.
Thanks.
Yeah.
My hips do not move. I don't know how.
And mine don't lie.
That's right.
There you go.
Jesus Christ. But I mean, we have we have that, right? And I think to kind of cap off with gifts. The other thing too is sometimes you can buy something and maybe not get it right away.
Yep.
I think stuff is aired enough. We're caught up enough, I think. And if not, this is going to get hit. That currently Nightfang has a little mission he's on, little side quest.
Yep.
to get all birdemic with his paperwork.
Yep, I have bought a gift. It is on my character sheet, but I'm not going to use it and not able to use it till I finish this little quest.
Right? Because we are going to role play that out, and that's part of it. And I mean, that was a decision that we both agreed on, and that's important.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was a cool little part of the story too.
Well, and it should continue to be. It's going to pay off, obviously.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
it wasn't a thing where he bought it, he spent the points, he wrote it down, and I go, not so fast, Dick, you'll get it when I tell you can get it. That's not how that happens, and it's not how it should happen. Right?
Yep.
Should be, well, okay, but we're gonna get you there. And we're not gonna take forever. And I actually came up with a method on that I thought was
fair.
I think it's pretty fair.
Agreed.
And also you kind of gamified it a bit, I think, so it makes it a little more fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like we extended that to other shit, right? To where
Yeah.
they're going to roll in downtime to see how far they progress in getting the thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Because Carly's also making something for herself, so she's also going to be
It's
doing
the same
a similar role.
Yep, same
for an
methods.
item.
Yep. And once you get enough, this is what you get. It's kind of like meditating, right? But like, you're going to get the stuff because but it's going to, this is how we
Eventually you'll make it.
Right.
Yeah, it's that compromise for not doing like an entire scene for learning the gift, sort of.
Yeah. It's like every evening when our characters are sitting down doing something where we'll roll the dice, and that's how long they sit there doing their thing.
Yep.
The discussion's in the episode.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
All right.
I believe it is.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't in Timeverse.
Yep. It
They'll
either
know
has
before we
aired
do
or
at
is
this
about
point.
to air. Yep.
We just played it last week, so
Like, we did, but it won't be edited for like another week after we record this. So
Yep.
exactly. Or two.
Timeverse. Yeah. True. Or two. So we got that discussion episode's going to piss a lot of people off, I think.
We'll see.
What do you mean what happens next, dicks? What do you mean you're talking about a game?
Right.
Sorry.
Yep. Sorry.
With that, should we slide into Renown?
We absolutely should.
And this is something that, as a player and storyteller, I've seen that tends to be probably even more contentious than XP.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've seen it too.
It is. And I said it already in this episode. It is so easy to over Renown.
Yep. We have a perfect example in game already.
Oh my goodness. Let's talk about that.
Yep. If we were going rules as written right now in this game, Carly is a little bit away from getting rank 2, if I remember correctly.
A little bit is an overstatement.
Fair. Rico, I think, is ready for rank 2.
Yep.
Nightfang's ready for rank 3.
And yeah, Carly needs 12 more wisdom to be able to rank up, compared to Nightfang being ready for rank 3. Wisdom.
It is
Is
Some of those auspices are like suffering.
Yeah, they're kind of ridiculous looking at the chart.
It is a flawed system. And it's even worse for the Ragabert, or even worse, we're using quotes around that. Because the Ragabash, you need a random combination.
yeah. You just need to get.
They're
a
over here
total.
like, if we had a Ragabash in our group, they're like, yeah, let's go rank 5. Let's.
Yeah.
They might be, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking. Let's see.
Shit, let's look it
I
up
want to
if I
check
were a
this.
Ragabash.
Yeah, I feel
Fucking
like the
25
Ragabash can rank
dots.
up the easiest out of anything.
Well, no, aggressively, that's the way it is. Because again, they just need whatever. Just the number.
They need 25 dots total.
That's it.
For rank 5?
Yeah, Nightfang's got 13, so I think I'd be a rank 3 Ragabash either way. Yeah, you just need a combination of permanent dots.
Yeah, it is a flawed system. And what's worse is the Renown charts are in very many ways unhelpful.
Yes.
And there's not a great, there has been contention all over the place. I mean, he's been brought up as very contentious. but even in the Discord over the years, there has been examples of people feeling a very real way, usually in terms to my solution.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which is funny because you don't have to do my solution at your table.
Like, this is just an example, guys. Relax.
Yeah, what I do, right, and I think we've talked about this before, but it bears repeating, is you turn in your renown.
Yep.
You know, when you rank up, your renown goes to 0. Now, and that's as dots as a sheet, not as a game mechanic. It's not that your accomplishments get forgotten. It's that those dots go away.
Yeah, so if you had like a gift that relies on the number of honor or glory you have, you still have that, but it doesn't count towards your next level.
Yeah, I do 2 things that way. There's 2 things when that happens because there are examples of that. Number 1,
yeah.
I maintain you can just use the prerequisite number.
Yep.
You know, if you need 5 glory for this rank, then it's 5. 5 is the amount at this rank.
That's your base stat.
Yeah. If for some reason that's not good enough for you, I think it should be, but that's why I put it that way, right? But if for some reason you're not okay with that, but also in BTA, we work around that. We have gifts that we know that my combat system or whatever system, there's conflicts. So we tweak those systems to make them fair. But the reason we do that is because, again, it should be harder to get from rank 2 to 3 than it is from rank 1 to 2.
Yep.
You know, we see with the real life example of the 3 of you, that getting M to rank 3 is going to be a Herculean effort based on what we see right now. CJ has sleptwalk his way to rank 3.
Yeah.
No.
Yep. And haven't even been to a moot yet.
Exactly. And, you know, so getting rid of all of the renown, and you go, well, just the renown that you need to get to, no, all of it. Fuck it.
Yep.
But
Start
what about
0.
So what about it?
And it's just the dots on the sheet. We're not, that's it.
It's like leveling up in a video game.
And that's exactly where I got it from, right? How many RPGs you get that, then you go to 0.
Yep.
And then it's the next amount.
The experience bar.
Right? Yeah. It's exactly it.
And this is one thing I can say as a storyteller, whenever it comes to figuring out your renown for your players, I have had storytellers who have given one of the players the role of pack accountant, basically, for tracking the amount of renown they get, because he knew the renown chart by heart. And this is where we led to a very stupid situation where this player was counting the number of Bane-possessed crows individually towards our glory renown for Servant of the Worm killed.
And see, that is one of the dangers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I also was like looking over this breed for a lupus using too many human tools or other weaver things. So it specifies too many.
Yeah, what's too many?
But then under wisdom, where it negates, it's -1 per use.
Yep.
So anytime you touch something human or Hamid made, you lose a wisdom? Or when does it become too much? Is that at 2? Is that at 3?
Yeah, and that's exactly it.
Flawed system.
Yeah.
Here's another one that I encountered personally while giving you guys your renown for that last block. Mm-hmm. This was something and it also means more work for us for BTA, frankly.
Oh, no.
Well, not you.
No, but I can see, I'm just saying in your face, I can see this.
Well, because, and here's the real example, and beautiful, holding my 2nd edition core book, and I know you guys have your 20s, the very first fucking thing, besting someone, including a spirit, in a riddle contest. 3 wisdom.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you say, what's wrong with that? Right? What's wrong with that? Well, and I think back to a certain encounter recently with a fun little spirit.
Rumble Bumble?
Yep, a fun little spirit mascot that has grown out of proportion for his importance, named a Rumble Bumble. In M, you didn't best him in a riddle contest because he didn't tell a riddle, because he's an earth spirit that's all brute force.
Not all spirits do riddles.
Exact. That's my point. But you did beat him in a physical contest. But there is no beating a spirit in a physical contest.
Right.
So that's worth nothing?
But I did something.
Well, that's my point.
Yeah.
It's not worth anything because you didn't fucking, there wasn't a limerick involved?
Limerick.
So no, I made on my, I decided to give you a Renown award, obviously, for beating a spirit in a challenge.
Right.
Yeah.
You bested the spirit in a challenge.
Right. So you got wisdom for that. I don't know. I don't remember the number because it was a bulk thing, but I factored it in. It's not in the book, but you have surviving till middle age or whatever. What?
Right.
Yep.
Honorably mated, which was a point of contention in the Discord a year or two ago when we had to have that conversation about this is not a romance game.
Right.
This is Werewolf the Apocalypse isn't a dating sim. Well, then why did they put that? Well, why did they put a lot of the things in here? Because when you're designing like a chart for giving away experience and renown and upgrades, you kind of have to think about everything, which sucks because automatically, as we just exemplified, that things fall between the cracks. Why do you get renowned for banging? Because in the world of the game, it makes sense, but that doesn't mean the game is about banging.
Exactly. And then there's some of these that, how do you really justify this? Such as the, attacking a minion of the worm without regards for your personal safety. So just attacking anything of the worm?
It's very subjective, even in most of the shit that's on here.
Oh, it's
Again,
so subjective.
Binding too many things. What the fuck does too many mean?
Yeah.
It's what the storyteller decides.
Missing a moot right? Is that like of your Karen, or is that all the moot rights? You need to go to all of them.
Yes, all of the moots in the world. You are constantly losing renown because you've missed. And I mean, you can make the argument, well, yeah, missing a moot, from your cairn. Obviously, that's what they mean. Fine. But what if you're in the field? Are you supposed to stop attacking that hive? Time out, bad guys. I got to get to the fucking party. No.
Yeah.
I'd imagine they'd call you in, but that's a good point, right? You lost renown because we sent you out of the fucking country for a month and you weren't here for the monthly moot. Well, you sent me out of the country for a month. Why would I be punished for that? And obviously there's like a bunch of storytellers right now going, well, dummy, so you don't give it. Well, obviously you don't. But we have to address this because this is the only renown chart we fucking have. The 1 in 20 is the same as that fucking storytellers. Is it the companion or the handbook?
This is the companion.
Okay. It's the same as that storyteller's companion that came with the 3rd edition, the revised storyteller screen. And I haven't 1-to-1 them, but I imagine it's the same fucking renown chart that I'm holding from 2nd edition.
Nope.
The experienced one section's the same. I'd imagine if they didn't change it between 20 and revised, they did not change it between fucking 2nd and revised.
There's also some of these that are extremely undercosted, I think. Like, hey, discovering an ancient cairn that was lost. 7 wisdom.
Yeah, there's some that's like, wow, that's it?
It's not even wisdom. You just found a thing. Maybe I'd take that away too.
Don't do that. That's one of the 3 ways I earn wisdom. Let's find some more. Let's find some more.
How many more of those do you think you're going to find?
You just need to perform 7 rites of passages or 12 rites of passage. Or hey, let's do the rite of cairn building.
Or
there's 7
I could
wisdom.
spend 3 years in complete silence and not talking to anybody to earn 15.
Is that one?
Well, I think really you're just survive to 75.
So that'll be a fun storytelling event right there.
Wow,
Let's do that.
Garu relations in society. For Ahmed Garu, surviving to age 75.
Yep.
8 honor, 10.
And then there's some of these.
Why is this in the book?
Yeah.
Other than you have to factor in everything, and I'm using the quotes there. I don't mean to say that mockingly, because as someone who is working on BTA, I understand, right? You have to think of everything. If something can come up, you have to
address it. And then there is where I have an alternative system to this. in all of my games, I have taken this section about the Renown chart and everything and put it aside.
Yeah.
I do not interact with these
Okay.
whenever I'm running games 90% of the time. Now, in the case of, gifts like Trick Shot where it gives you extra dice based off glory, I'll go through and find like the appropriate amount that you should have by now. If it's going based off your dot, that one's a lot more vibes based, but I do
Yep.
a similar system to milestone leveling in D&D. After a certain point, once you have done enough in game or you've done a significantly big enough task out of character, I will let the players know, hey, we're getting ready for your rank challenge. You've got the chance to go up to rank 2. You have done enough, you've got enough experience. We're going to do a moot, or you're going to a moot. Get prepared to tell your story and justify this. It's not we're tracking the individual renown. We're not tracking the individual dots that they're getting. I'm not having to do that accounting. Once you've done something big enough or have done enough, or it feels like the right point in the story for this, I give them their lump sum of renown, getting them up to what they should be to get to that rank.
Now I get that.
Yeah.
Now I have always, or traditionally, used the Renown charts as a guide. In terms of small, moderate, large threat of the worm, etc. And it's easy again to overdo that, like the example given of the Bane crows in every single one.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe even 20 cautions
Or being
against
truthful.
that. Sure, that's right, or dishonest. Either one. I love the sandwich that you made me, KT.
-3 honor now.
Right, because you don't want to hurt her feelings, you prick. Right. Or how about when you ordered a bunch of food that you couldn't pay for and that poor lady died? That was being dishonest because you knew you couldn't pay for it. Might be one about killing innocent people in there too. I don't know. But
if not, there should be.
Yeah, maybe. And this is the thing too, is both of you guys bring this up with the milestone thing, is that having the points, much like the experience, doesn't mean you have earned the thing.
Yeah.
And you've got someone that goes, well, yes, it does. That's why the points are there. Right. But because of the wonkiness of this Renown system, because of the disparity in requirement between auspices, because of all these things, right? Just because you have the Renown to afford to be rank 2 does not mean you deserve it in game yet. I remember when Tom was still with us in the Bitches and Brews, the Blood Moon days, talking about you guys probably being, if we were to have continued after Shadows and Tall Trees,
right,
that we'd be on your path for rank 3.
Yes.
And I remember Tom having a problem with that.
Yeah.
Because it hadn't been enough time. We just made rank 2. It hasn't been enough time yet. I don't want to be rank 3 yet. We haven't earned it. Now, I would argue the plot of Shadows and Tall Trees would probably argue with it for what they did.
Yeah.
The scale of it.
Scale-wise, yeah.
But let's remove that. We've been rank 2 for a chronicle. It is not time to get to rank 3 yet. Let's look at you guys in terms of the Dream Chasers, in terms of wherever Gaia takes us that first chronicle. What have you done? I mean, you hit station 2. That was rad, right?
Yeah.
But that's all you've done.
We've been a minor nuisance on the island.
There's a lot going on.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we found the Cairn, but that's about it. We haven't found
yet,
the
though. Not at the end of the first chronicle yet.
That is true.
You can add that to your current accomplishments.
And that's not,
absolutely.
It's also not just, yeah, we found a lost Cairn. Oh, we just found a lost Cairn. Wait, what?
Let's take that the other way with Carly showing up to the game late. So if we did this at the end of Assault, the end of the Chronicle, the end of Assault on Station 2,
Yeah.
Carly's big accomplishments had been, did the evasion shit,
Escaping.
from the Skull Pigs. That was cool. Some donut accuracy with the crossbow.
Yeah, the donut accuracy.
Right. I mean, that was fun. I'm not trying to diminish what she's done, but the large scale of ranking up.
Right.
Is it ranked 2 worthy?
Right. She did those things. She was in the facility with you guys, and she got shot at a Waffle House. Congratulations.
Yep. Right.
Fucking the next Go Fangs first over here. Right.
Gold girl.
Yeah, that's right. Go-Gurt girl Fangs first. Thanks, Lars. But you know what I mean? Like, you did shit. I'm not denying that, but it's certainly
in the grand scale here.
Right. In terms, not in terms of points on your sheet, but in terms of accomplishments in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Those two don't add up.
I found one that's I almost fucking laughed whenever I found this one of a way to lose renown. I don't think there's many people in the Garu Nation who have a lot of honor left. Speaking poorly of another tribe, -1 honor. Except Bonars.
Yes, except Bonars. And that's except speaking poorly of the Bonars, not Bonars themselves don't get hit with this.
Yep.
So let's make that clear. I want to be a Bonar so I don't get a Renown hit for talking shit. Nope, that's not what that means.
Yep.
But there that is, right? There's a lot. The system doesn't work. Or it works
barely.
Oddly.
There we go.
It's very pear-shaped. And I mean, and that's something, that in BTA I'm going to have to look at, because here's the thing. We can sit here all day and talk about you use your best judgment, you use your gut. And I think that's important. I think that's good advice.
Yeah.
Not everyone is comfortable doing that or experienced enough to do that.
And a lot of people like structure. They like to be able to look at this and go, oh, besting somebody in a riddle contest. Cool. 3.
Exactly. So this has to be here. As much as you have a show where a group of people just all said, I don't really use it. I don't know. But it needs to be there. It needs to be something that that players can potentially. Yes. But we will be looking at it in BTA. There will be a Renown chart.
It's something that people like, and it's something that I would like to be able to use.
No, I agree.
But because this is so wonky, it makes it difficult for me to do it.
And we have to get some of this weird shit out of there.
Yeah.
Existing to certain age milestones is ridiculous. You are not playing a character that is going from first change to 75. That's not happening. And if it does, it's through a series of time jumps and shit, because you're not doing a 20, 30-year game, clearly. And again, if so, you don't need that Renown at that point anyway.
Right.
That's a ridiculous. I get 10 honor once I'm already rank 5, clearly, like for a while now. So let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, I feel like, yes, you have to put it in there, but you're going to have to really simplify it.
Or just make it more specific, like being deceptive. You could make that to lying to somebody of a higher rank than you. Because Carly has been super deceptive. Am I losing a ton of honor for all that lying? I hope not, and I don't think I am, based on the number of honor I actually
Is a lie
have.
of omission lying?
Exactly. Is the, oh yeah, these are delicious fries. Is that a lie? Do I lose honor for that?
I think for maybe the BTA one that we do, we go less, you get this amount of renown for this, and more like a rough guide of like, hey, this is some of the stuff that would get you wisdom or honor, versus giving it like, performing a rite of passage, 2 honor, 1 wisdom.
Maybe. I mean, I think we're going to have to, when we get to it, we'll get to it. That's not on the top list. We have other things that are more important right now. But see, like, I think kind of an itemized is important. Because, I mean, we talk about that rite of passage one, right? And again, this goes back to specificity. Does that mean someone you are doing the right, or you are the one that gave the right? Right? Like, let's look at that, like at the totem quest. You perform the totem quest, the rite of totem, the concoction, the mugwort and saliva into the paste, and you do the thing on the foreheads, and you guys did that. Remember the avocado prank? Or the guac prank, excuse me.
Close enough.
Well, I mean, yeah, same. It's the same material. But haha, that's a fun prank. And that is a rite master performing the rite. And you guys being the recipient of the rite. So who gets the points?
Right.
Yeah. And then they do specify in some of the later ones, like performing the rite of cairn building or participating in the rite of cairn building. And
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't really need that renown anymore anyway.
Well, here's the extra part about that, right? Because you get that posthumous reward. You're like, oh no, I have enough to be rank 5 now, right? But you didn't do the challenge, so you like even your corpse didn't get the promotion. It's not like in the fucking
you're not
military,
posthumously
right?
getting rank 5 like the Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. You still didn't do the challenge. So, in fact, you failed the challenge, technically.
Sorry, Bones.
So you're going to lose some renown. Right.
Your ancestor spirits could be extra salty. And then you got stuff like giving good advice or bad advice.
Maybe I should just walk around and tell people to brush their teeth. That's good advice. So I should get to wisdom. Remember to brush your teeth.
Which,
kids.
by the way, is another problem with the system. Is if you know that chart too well, just like the learning curve problem, you can just do shit to stack the deck for yourself.
Yeah. It's cheating at that point.
Kind of is.
It feels cheaty.
Yeah. You know, that's why you guys, well, maybe you guys didn't notice because we do the bulk thing. Danny remembers though, you know, that when I would give out renown, there was I think it was spoken twice, but was largely an unspoken rule. Don't you ask me what your renown's for.
Nope. Don't do it.
Did I gain some? Did I lose some? Don't ask what it's for.
Nope. Like I remember I got negative something. Like I don't ask why.
Yep. Because then you will change your behavior to get those rewards or to avoid those penalties. And that's cheating. Yeah. Because that's player knowledge, not character knowledge.
Like looking at this chart, like I know, and even before looking at the chart, right? I know frenzying is a negative hit.
Right.
That doesn't mean Ricochet all of a sudden is going to start changing the way he gets angry at things. Because again, that's just fucking cheating.
Well, I mean, you can't even do that. You could, however, spend a willpower point to fuck off those rage rolls when I call for them.
Right.
Every time.
Right. And that's bullshit.
Which, I mean, you're right, but it is kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Or, hey, Rico, how about we're both lacking a little honor? How about we just pass alpha back and forth a couple times?
Right. That's fucking stupid. That's right. You know what? You've done enough for this pack, Night Fang. Let me take this just for this mission. I'll take care of it right now. I got this.
You got to do it for a month, I believe.
Oh no, it's just gaining the position of pack leader. 3 honor.
Hi, Mr. Wind Spirit. Can you give me a riddle?
No, fuck it. We'll just quote The Hobbit. Riddles in the dark. It doesn't even need to be a spirit. It's just besting someone in a riddle contest.
It does say someone, doesn't it?
Yep. It says including a spirit.
You know what we're gonna do is while I'm whittling and you're over there folding, I'm gonna be telling you riddles that you can't solve.
I mean, that is the way. Hey, there's also healing members of not your pack. That's another wisdom for you.
Don't. Here we are.
So,
right.
These are all jokes. We're not actually
going to
do these
after
things.
that. Well, no, of course, but there you go. That there are people who might, and you gotta watch for that too.
Yeah.
Ideally everyone's in there for the love of the game, because the story's good, because it's fun.
Yeah.
And not what do I get out of it. But I mean, upgrades are fun as well. We have to acknowledge
They are,
that.
and I'm so wanting
It
to be
just-
level 2 right now. I want to go to rank 2 so I can get some really cool ass fucking gifts.
I'm excited. Right? I'm excited for you guys to hit rank 2.
Yeah.
You're not there yet, obviously. And you're not in a position, right? And that's the thing too, like with the story. You haven't been to a cairn. Finding a hole in the fucking side of a mountain is still well and good, but you have not encountered. You haven't been to a sept.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
It would be wrong. I don't know if I want to use the word wrong,
Weird.
but
Odd.
I mean, these aren't the wrong words, right? But you are at Willow's Pass.
Yep.
You are on an island, and you currently are stranded on that island.
Yeah.
To a point. Where is the closest cairn?
Yep.
You don't even know.
No, we don't even know.
Or how to get there, or so to just oopsie doopsie. Now I'm at the Sept of the Winter Wolf. Reporter's feeling self-indulgent as shit and doesn't care about the game, so you went to the summer rain.
I mean, sweet.
Look, if I could find a good excuse, I'd love to for like a one-off, 1 or 2 part, but it doesn't make sense for the story even a little, so it's not going to happen.
You need to find a really good
Like
excuse.
a really good excuse, and I
here's
don't
a
have
fun,
one. I'm also not sure.
Here's a fun gaining some renown. Learning the entirety of the silver record. Yep.
A lifetime's work, it says.
7 honor, 8 wisdom. Yep.
Does it say in the
It
parentheses?
says a lifetime's work, so
Yeah,
you're not getting that to the very end.
same chart. Right? But again, when you're that old, quote unquote, you don't need the renown anyway.
Yeah, what's the point?
Especially if you're using this chart because you've hit rank 5 by the time you're 22.
You've learned every right you could because it's all 1 XP each. You've given out plenty of good advice. You've banged a couple times with the kinfolk.
Everybody in the sept is brushing their teeth.
Yep.
Every night.
You spent like 4 years in
And
silence.
flossing.
Exercising their chompers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, there's one. Sage Windover Mountain's got to be rank 12 by now.
Shit.
He can't talk. He's nothing but silence. Every day of his life, he's getting that renown.
Ritualistic seclusion. So you also have to be alone.
He's alone in his heart.
Doesn't specify.
Right. And how long does it have to be per tick of renown? He doesn't share a bedroom.
Year for 5 points. So
Boom.
how many nights does it take to get 1 year seclusion?
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? That's the real.
The world may never know.
That's 4 honor and a glory.
If you find it out or if you make it there.
No, if you find out, you can't ask Mr. Owl.
He doesn't
because you've
know.
asked somebody.
Hey,
No, he doesn't know. He
Mr.
said
Owl
3.
doesn't know.
No, just look at
bites
the
it every
commercial,
time.
goddammit.
He says
1,
3.
2, 3.
No, he says 3.
It's to who?
The world may never know.
Yeah, and then he bites it. That's the answer. 3.
That's very
Owls don't have tongues
real.
anyway.
I love
Whatever.
Tootsie Pops, but I can never.
Oh my God, you guys, this is such a window to how we actually are.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like we don't. We're generally not faking our way through shit, but this is so unhinged to us before hitting record in the first place.
but so this is one of those things with your renown. The chart's a good guide at times, but at the same time, you don't have to follow it.
Right.
There are a lot of things that are really good on there, but there's
There
also a few things that
And
don't make a lot of sense.
Nope, and don't need to be there. And again, let's point out again. I chose not to grab first edition because first edition's renown is wonky and crazy and bullshit anyway.
you tack on like 3 zeros to everything.
Exactly. Like it's a totally different animal. But
There's
this is the same chart as second edition.
Yep.
This chart has not been revisited.
In any
I mean,
major
maybe they
way.
did. right? Maybe Onyx Path, when they were doing 20, looked at it and says, nah, it's fine. We looked at it and we can't do better, or it can't be done better, or I don't know that, right? I don't know that, but I know it's the same fucking chart.
Yep.
So it has not changed. And if it has, it's been very minor, right? Because even the parentheses are the same.
There is a Renown conversion chart in the companion here. 100 to 300 equals 1 point. 350 to 750, 2 points. 800 to 1200, 3 points. 1250 to 1750, 4. 1800 to 2000, 5. 2001 plus 6 or 7.
You right there, Em? You losing your mind?
What's happening in these 50-point gaps?
Yep. Also, I just found a hilarious thing in 20 real quick. Whenever it's talking about how to actually make permanent dots at the rite of accomplishment and everything.
Yes.
It's going through the whole method, how it's risky because you go up to 10 temporaries, then you have to do the rite, and if you succeed, then hey, you get the permanent. If you fail, all that temp goes away. In very rare cases, the character's courage, wisdom, or honor is so exceptional that there is little doubt that the werewolf has increased their standing. Courage, wisdom, and honor.
I caught that.
Yep.
Wait, where does it say that?
The very first line on 251.
Oh my god.
So guys, if you're the kind of person who believes everything that's in these core books is gospel, a sign of poor editorial.
I'm going to give you 3 courage. Just put that on your sheet, buddy. 3 courage.
I am picturing the Gravity Falls meme of, wow, this is worth less than nothing.
I mean, mistakes happen, typos happen. We know
exactly.
that, but we're having fun here.
But if I remember correctly, that's a fucking Bastet stat, if I remember correctly.
I don't even know if that's true, because it's...
I know one of the changing breeds has courage.
Courage.
One of the changing breeds has feline leukemia. I don't know. I couldn't think of another... I guess bird flu. Yeah. I couldn't think of another animal specific.
That's fine.
Sea lice?
No, I can't. They're very small. The rite of accomplishment is something too. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's a problem. I've talked to death about earning the renown before it's time for you to get the renown. And you would go, well, the rite of accomplishment is a way to mitigate that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's taking those 10 temps and verifying them as a permanent. But you can only do that with 1 piece of renown per month.
And anything over 10 just goes away.
Right. To me, that just feels bad. Maybe it's accomplishing the same thing as what I'm doing. Maybe it's the same as making you erase all of that juicy renown that really you're not supposed to get because of the rite of accomplishment. Right? Maybe. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I am saying that I think you were less irritated or feel less disappointed, and I'm kind of asking, having to wait until the, quote, proper time from a story standpoint to where your accomplishes and then you just get the renown because you've already earned it, versus staying at fucking, 2 glory and 10 temps for 3 months or whatever until you can get the right to confirm it to where you can start earning temps again.
I've never considered the rite of accomplishment.
That makes sense.
And I think this might be why.
Also, if you fail the rite, if you fail the rolls for whatever reason, yep, you lose all that.
Yep, that's the other thing too, is you'll lose it if you don't do the rite correctly, if you fuck it up.
Em, you want to switch over to this system for your wisdom?
Right? Could you imagine finally earning the renown? Right? finally earning the renown to rank up. And again, the arduous process to get there.
Yeah.
Because you got to get the temps and then you do the right. And then next month you can get the honor that you've had at 10 temps this whole time too. So it's going to be 3 months just to get 3 temps. You're going to need 2 more, right? I get it. It's staggering the growth, but I think it's staggering the growth in a way that just feels shitty.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when, one bad roll, fucking botch thing comes along and he loses it. A fucking permanent.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. And if you do botch it, you cannot perform it until you do some form of penance. You can't perform the right again.
Boom.
That blows.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is why I've always just cut the fucking right entirely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you get it by getting it.
Yep.
And I think I don't know this. I don't know this. I can't know this. But I feel like probably a lot of people who take issue with my system don't know about or don't do the rite of accomplishment either because their storytellers don't like it.
That's a possibility.
I mean, it is. I don't know that, but it is a possibility that story, this guy's storyteller goes, no, we don't do that either. And so this player never knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't realize that they're also doing a different system.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know. Oh, I mean, I can't know, right? I don't know what goes on at every other table. Shit.
Okay.
CJ, do you use the rite of accomplishment?
Nope.
M?
No.
The closest thing to that for me is the story at the boot before your rank challenge.
I make that important, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bet you Phil doesn't do it. I mean, I don't know, but I'll bet you he doesn't.
Yeah.
I know that the game I played with Strides, we didn't do it.
Because it feels bad.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, you guys don't do it, so you wouldn't, you don't know because you didn't you're not in those shoes, but you can imagine, right?
Yeah, and this is where I was just reading over it, and this is just all like real feels bad moment. And it's honestly something I've noticed with the World of Darkness as a whole. When they get crunchy, they go too far. When the system gets crunchy, it goes way too far, and you get a lot of these feels bad moments. Once again, how many different ways is there to earn glory? How many different ways is there to earn honor? How few is there to earn wisdom?
How few.
Yep.
Like, I technically don't need any more wisdom until rank 5, really.
There you go.
Yep. Rico, you need 4 wisdom at rank 5. M needs 10.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I hate to, I'm going to burst your fucking bubble here. If when it is time for these guys to do their rank challenges, it's time for you to do yours too. I don't give a fuck how much wisdom you have.
That makes sense from a story standpoint.
Yep. This is your storyteller telling you that's how that's going to be.
Yep.
Like, you can fuck up the challenge on your own or not. That's up to you. But
yeah. I mean,
I don't care what the dots say when it's time.
Yeah, I have so much extra glory and honor. Like, some of it can just be translated,
I'm going to make a conversion rate chart.
Yep.
And it makes
everything's
sense.
base 6.
It makes sense for a story. The dots, not so much. Story-wise, why wouldn't your entire pack go for rank challenges?
Right. And again, the reason becomes because the level is different based on the auspice, which I can understand and appreciate.
Agreed.
On paper, that different things are obviously valued with different auspices because they are different jobs and they have different standards.
Yes.
It works
Danny
better
is
as
very
the
good
abstract.
Danny's very good at what he does, like in life. There's no joke here. He's very good at his job.
Thank you.
However, if I need medical attention,
you're not coming to me.
I am not going. Yeah, that is a different thing. This man is not a doctor. He might be a pervert, but he's not a doctor. I should have said dentist. I'm sorry.
Either way.
He might be a pervert, but he's not a dentist. That's what I needed.
All right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like it's different fucking skill sets. So it should be
Yes.
different requirements, but that shouldn't be done in a way that punishes a player for having less opportunity when they're all in the same fucking room at the same time doing the same shit, fighting the same enemies.
Right.
Yeah. Like, for example, with the Thurges, to get to rank 2. A Thurge would need 1 glory and 5 wisdom, while a Philodox needs 1 glory, 4 honor, and 1 wisdom. 5 wisdom is a lot more points than 4 honor.
Yep.
And on top of that, there are so many ways to earn honor.
Yeah.
And not very many ways to earn wisdom comparatively. You know, Philodox is over here making like a little jump, while the Thurge needs to like climb a wall and then make a jump.
Yep.
Right.
And then climb back down without falling on just one hand.
And then you got some of these jumps and requirements.
Right.
Fucking
But then you have the Ragabash. And let's not just talk about because it's just a random, like the number.
yeah.
Right. But also it's 24 for rank 5 in second
25.
edition.
Oh,
24
it
in
is.
second edition.
Okay.
Okay.
They changed
It's a
the
little harder.
requirement. It's so much harder.
Ooh.
An extra glory that you have in abundance. But for the Thurge, right? Forget about numbers at this point, though. But to be graded and evaluated as a Thurge, it does involve personal wisdom, not the stat wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, interactions with spirits, working chiminage, continuing the pact, maybe getting extra spirit guardians, this kind of thing to get a little more renown, right? In the meantime, as a Ragabash, all I have to do is wait until, say, CJ and Danny are talking and go,
Yeah.
I just got to make farty noises.
Yeah, it's even in game.
I just have to gremlin.
Yeah, you have to gremlin. Yeah, pretty much.
They're debating the litany and you're going, nuh-uh.
And it's also another thing of like, you have these instances on the sheet where you're losing renown for,
Yep.
punishments or shit like that or mistakes. They definitely punish each auspice differently. Like, let's say the pack wanted to do a prank on like Magnifique and it backfires horribly. We're all down 2 wisdom. I'm fine.
That hurts Carly
Rico's
a lot
fine.
more than it. Yeah.
Yeah, Carla's in fucking trouble.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
if I were the Ragabash in that pack, but I'm just doing my job. Doing a prank is my job.
Yeah. So I should gain the wisdom then.
Being deceptive is a good thing because I'm using that deception to try to teach you a lesson, or I'm using that deception to like sneak into somewhere, lie about what I'm doing to get into the plant to put the bomb down. Look at all the lies I've told and all the renown I have lost in the fucking in the
Doing
name
your
of
job.
doing my job.
Yeah.
I'm not really picking on the
That's-
Ragabash here, but it's a great example
Yes.
of the contradiction of that. Which is it? Was I deceptive or was I doing my job? Why am I being punished for doing what you told me to? Gaia said so. Why am I?
Devil's advocate. Yeah.
Yeah. So while some of like the what's in that list is great for a guidance,
Mhm.
others is really detrimental to a lot of the auspices in different ways.
So yeah, it can be a guide. Follow your heart. We're going to try to help with BTA. It's not going to be all encompassing either because you just can't.
Yeah.
But we're going to do our best to give more options and more help. But that said, we have to go.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll say this. This might be a very good episode to really call out if you are an ST and you run these differently or you have your own ways of handling XP and renown. Tell us. Let us know. Share the wisdom.
Yeah, share share that
needs
shit
it.
on the Discord. Because your input can help others, maybe can help other storytellers.
Yeah.
Maybe it can, give us ideas that we didn't have. It can help the guy running the game on the server every Thursday night or Tuesday night or
Whenever
Monday
Ren
night?
runs this game.
No, it's Tuesday. Mouse is on hiatus. It's not the point. That's not the point of this.
There's games all the time.
Yeah, you might do something really cool that we like, and I might pick it up for a game I run. Shoot.
Right? That's the
Yep.
thing, is that sharing those resources with each other is part of why there's a Discord. So
Yeah.
But
Share the
we are going to go because it is time. And wants to go to bed. I'm not going to be able to keep talking for another hour. So it is that time. I want to thank everybody for listening, on behalf of the entire cast here, of M and CJ and Danny. We appreciate your support and we appreciate you listening. And let's remember to take care of each other and focus on the things that keep us together and not the things that pull us apart. Be good, y'all. Take care. Well, I will poop in your percolator for half the price, all right?